Yeah, so you'd be like in a suit at the games, like when you see the guys in the suits and stuff, like,
Pretty much.
yeah, suiting it up.
Yeah, it was, and then this stuff happened. Like my finish was like a week before that. We got shut down,
Oh yeah.
so I haven't
Wow.
heard anything back. I messaged
Oh,
her
was
and said,
that? It was like right during then, huh? Like that's
yeah, it was
crazy.
like first week of March or something was my last thing.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
so it's
All right, let me share this out because people don't get notifications even if they got their bells on.
oh yeah, I gotta show you this before we go on here.
Well, go
Look
ahead.
what
We're already on, but
look what we picked up yesterday. First day it opened at my card shop.
oh, nice.
Guess what? I got it for $40.
Wow. RSR, Cyclone Pack Ripper, Bonifacio Valdez. How we doing? Good to see you guys. Just sharing this out because people don't get notifications half the time. So I hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to another Thursday, which would say we got a Thursday on our hands. Scoves, what you drinking on? I got my boy Scoves Big Hits with me to start the stream tonight. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good.
Yeah. What are you sipping on?
We got this new cherry UV stuff, and you throw it in with some Mountain Dew. It tastes like a little kitty cocktail, but really
Huh?
messes you up fast.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a good tasting drink. I'd rather have a good tasting drink than something that's just like way over strong and you just can't handle it. And then after about 8 sips, you're halfway to the wrong end, the wrong way you don't
Yeah,
want to be. So,
we're on the back
airtime.
end.
What's going on? Jaybirds in the house. Good to see you guys. Good to see everybody. So again, it's a Thursday. We're just gonna kind of kick it. Scove's gonna hang out with us for a while, and then I think after a little while, we're gonna bring on Todd Billings, Carry Collector, the what's his face? What's his first name? The Chicago Bears guy. I don't think he even actually really plays anymore, but he's still a huge fan of him because he has a big connection with him. And he's gonna. I think he's got Chronicles football. He got early. It comes out tomorrow, but I think he's got a box that maybe he's going to rip as well, so we can kind
That'd
of
be
get a
cool.
feel and see what that looks like. But anyway, man, enough about what's happening later. We can get to that when that comes. How in the heck are you doing? I hope everybody else is doing well out there as well. I hope everybody's week's been awesome. But how's your week been going, Scoes?
It was good. It was good. Probably one of the most. I think my voice just cracked there a little
You're
bit, but
good. You're good. You're excited.
yeah. Well, yeah. Yesterday was one of the craziest days, card wise, I've had in a long time. I went to. They just opened up the card stores with you can have only 5 people in it.
Yeah.
I went out there, bought me a box of Bowman's Best, hit some monsters in there. It was awesome. It was one of the best rips I've had on camera in a while, and actually picked up another big boy. My first Kobe rookie picked up. They had a couple
Scoot it
of,
more to your right. Your right. There you go. Yep.
so I picked up a Kobe rookie and
Nice.
bought the box. And like I said, I hit one of your twins there,
Yep.
Cavio out
Cavion.
of 150,
Cavacchio.
and then dropped a couple cuss words. So it's
Yeah,
might not get
you
appropriate.
sounded exactly like me. I think I even said that in the tweet.
Yeah, it was wild. I pulled a
Tatis.
Fernando
Yep.
Tatis rookie auto out of that, and I'm like, it was unreal. Like it's Bowman's Best, so you never really know what to expect. I don't usually ever buy Bowman's Best.
What did
Usually,
what did you pay at the card shop for that
they had
box?
it at 150. He
That's
only had
really
it at
good.
150.
That's a good price.
It was fantastic. So it's 10. It's probably like a minute away from Lambeau Field. So
Dang.
so we're right over there, and so he's got tons and tons of Packer stuff.
Yeah.
But like I literally have to like kind of talk him through like the baseball end and the basketball because
Yeah.
he's like, well, is it worth this much? I'm like, because if you pull anything Zion, you're pretty much paid
Right.
for your box, and it could be a damn rookie, just
Right.
a base card, and you're paying half
Right.
your box.
Right. Right. Nice. Hell yeah. Nice, nice. Scoves with, yeah, we're going to have Scoves on here. And then, like I said earlier, we'll probably have Todd Billings come on, a half an hour in or so. And he's got, he might have some of the new Chronicles football to show us as well as he got a couple boxes mailed to him. So there's talk of what I got on my score notification, I think last night or the day before. It sounds like They're still in the trying to figure out if the NBA is going to finish its season or not. I know that there's been a couple players that have come out here in the last day or two. As they said, they'll know within 2 weeks or so if they're going to finish the season. But I know there's some players that are basically coming out saying the season's done for. It's not going to happen. You know, what's your thoughts? What's your takes on? Do you think it's going to happen with no fans, or do you think they're just going to say, you know what, on to next year, which is going to be really weird because what do? Now you have an actual season. And I know it's uncontrollable, but you have a season with no actual champion, right? Nobody played in a championship.
Yeah.
What's your take on that? What's your thoughts?
See, so I have a different opinion on a lot of it, just because the Bucks are so good, like right now, and obviously I'm a diehard Bucks fan.
Right.
I live in Milwaukee, so like I want the season to go through. Like obviously I want to see, because a lot of people are. I don't believe that Giannis is going to leave.
Right.
But I want him to win a title here, so he wants to stay,
Yeah.
I don't want to have to worry about him leaving if we don't get a title, and this is probably our best chance to do it. They have a lot of great guys that they filled in with the role players, and
right.
I want to see it keep going. Obviously, card prices are, when we're going into the hobby part of it, card prices are still going up even without it, so what's going to happen when the games actually come back on?
No, I know.
It's unbelievable.
It's actually funny you say that, because I saw one of the guys on Twitter that I follow, and I think he actually has a YouTube channel. I wish he would pop in and show some support, because we could probably get him some more viewership and get him some more subscribers and people that would like his content as well. But I saw him make a tweet, I think it was earlier today actually even, where he said something about, as much as I thought baseball was where it was at for investment side or card value side, I'm realizing that basketball is it. And I mean, that's basically what he stated. And, I guess there's some truth to that. Maybe it's not all 100, because again, there's a lot of prospect. There's a lot, we know the Wanders, we know the Trouts, we know the, some of those names where there's definitely good value. It's unlike the football that we talk about, and that we talked about even last time, last Wednesday or whatever, where we talked about, the PC versus prospecting, and how really it's only quarterbacks in football that really carry your whole value, or who you could really even look to invest in. Now, you can still collect PC, and there's nothing wrong with football cards. So, and I think Scopes feels the same way. So don't think that we are like anti-football card. Because we're PC guys, as much as anyone would like to dabble or get into investing side as well. Scopes himself is even a PC guy as well. He doesn't just invest. He does both. Like, you can do both. You just have to understand what is what. And that's what we tried to discuss and distinguish in our opinions last week. So, but yeah, I mean, so you think the Bucks, I mean, obviously they're coming on strong. And why do you think Giannis wants to leave?
Well, I don't think he does. I think there's just so much speculation that, like, ESPN's even talking about him leaving. Obviously, he wants to go to a bigger market, blah, blah, blah. Giannis, I don't think does. I think he actually prefers a small market.
Right.
Because, obviously, he's from Greece, and he played in a small town there.
Right.
Worked his way through there. So I think he wants to say, I just want to see him win a title. He's like the Trout. Personally, he's like Trout to me, where you just want to see him win. Like, there's nothing that you can say about Giannis that is bad.
Right.
Like,
I agree.
Like the story from his rookie season where he almost missed a game because he didn't have a car in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
He almost missed a game because he was too busy sending out money to his parents, wire transferring money to his parents, and he had to have a guy who recognized him.
Yeah.
Downtown Milwaukee, and had a guy just randomly drive him over there. So it's like, he just fits perfectly with us, and putting shooters all around him and starting to see the Bucks actually putting some really nice pieces around him is really nice too.
And okay, so I don't want to make like a quick switch or flip, but what do you think is going to happen with baseball here, like the actual season? I mean, is it going to play? Are they going to do this like 3-league thing? What do you think is going to happen?
See, I don't mind that 3-league. I think that'd be interesting. But what I'm seeing is, I think the only way that they do it would be where they expand the rosters and just do no minor league games.
Right.
So if they could just put 40 guys on a roster, which obviously people are like, oh, then these guys won't play as much, blah, blah, blah. But that also gives guys more time off. And I'm assuming that these games are going to be pretty close. Like, you're probably not going to have as many off days because we're already this far in. So you're going to need those extra guys because usually they have, 5 to 6 games a week? They might be pushing like a full
dude,
days in a row.
it's ridiculous, man, and that's why so many players get addicted to amphetamines and crap. Like again, my interview from the Sports Card Nation podcast should be dropping on like the 23rd, so it's coming up here in like a week or just under a week, and I'll let you guys get it. But he interviewed Randy Lurch, who was a Phillies pitcher. He pitched for a couple other teams too, and he told the story about when he first got up in the bigs and his teammates were basically egging him on to like take amphetamines because he said, look kid, it's a long season, man, you're gonna get tired fast, take these amphetamines, keep yourself going, keep yourself energized. So yeah, you say 5, 6, you're right. I mean, there's very little time or days off. And here's what I would say to people that are like, guys aren't going to play as much, and we're not going to get this, and we're not... Okay, so it's either we do this, if this is what it's going to take to get baseball back and get a season in this year, or how about no players get any playing time because there isn't any games, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, come on. Like, I'm not a big fan of the people who are just so against, because they're not going to play as much. Well, do you want baseball back or do you not? I mean, that's the question. Do you want to see them play at all, or do you just rather? I mean, I don't. It's kind of a goofy thing to say. You know, when we're just wanting sports to get back. Did you watch the UFC this weekend?
Oh, I love UFC. I love betting on UFC. I love watching UFC. I was on.
How about my boy Gaethje? How about my boy?
He went off.
I told everybody, I was tweeting before the fights, I said, y'all are going to know who this guy is if you don't know who he is already.
I ended up going hard on his
yes.
Yesterday. He had a teammate yesterday, I can't remember his last name, Boulder, something with a B.
Yeah.
Can't remember his name, but he just wiped Martinez right out. And they trained together. Oh, yeah. So I'm like, if this dude's training with Jordan or with Gaethje right here, and he's just working with him,
yep,
Gaethje is a monster, man. I watched that, and I'm like, he is just so much faster.
Oh yeah.
Than anybody else in that division, really. He's just that fast.
And he's mean, and he loves to take a punch, but he can hit harder than anybody in the like one of the hardest hitting guys in the UFC.
Did you watch the Morales fight?
Was that Saturday?
No, that was yesterday.
No, I missed most of the fights last night. Yeah, last night I missed most of the fights.
That fight was amazing because Morales is like a 15. He's been training kickboxing for 15 years. He was a professional kickboxer.
Yeah,
and he just like these two guys were just going at each other through kickboxing, but he was so much better at it that he would like be able to block. And there was a video of the guy that was going against Morales, and he kept blocking him.
Yeah.
So shin completely split open.
Oh!
So there's a hole in the dude's shin, like this big.
Yikes.
And they were showing the doctor trying to put it back, like the skin closer together. It was so gross. But it was one of the best fights I've seen in a long time. It was a really, really good fight.
Yeah, I mean, but why bring it up, guys? And some may not be fans of the UFC. I don't really know. I don't know what everybody's take is.
Live sports.
Yeah, it's live sports, and that's just it. And it's like Dana White. You know, Dana White was saying, like, you know, they're interviewing him afterwards. I was watching a lot of the post press conference, and when they're interviewing Dana, and they're like, so how do you feel? And he's like, well, I knew it would be fucking good. He goes, listen, one person tests positive, right? Well, you're bound to have somebody test. But we got it. He got on a test. He wasn't around anybody. It happened. Whatever. We got him out of here. He goes, the best part is we brought live sports back. We showed tonight that it can happen. Maybe you got to do it without the fans. Maybe it wasn't as incredible or as cool having the fan reactions and everybody in the noise from the fans in the background. But honestly, it was just awesome to see us have an event, a live event happen again. You know, something you could actually enjoy and watch. And I think people that maybe weren't even big fans of the UFC, if they weren't, maybe they watched that on Saturday night because there was nothing else. It's kind of like my take on NASCAR coming up, right? NASCAR's back Sunday, I think. There's going to be a lot of people that they may not be NASCAR fans, but I bet you because hey, there's something going on, they're gonna maybe dabble in and have it on a little bit and check it out and watch it.
Oh, for sure.
I mean,
one other thing to go back to your other point with I don't remember who you said the guy was from Twitter that said basketball was kind of a big thing for investing in.
JB, yeah.
Yeah. One thing for that though is the basketball guys, they can build a brand so much easier because there's only 5 dudes as starters, you know?
Oh yeah.
Like it's just such a small group, and like you can see their faces. Like all these hitters, they have helmets on. All the football players have helmets, or also have helmets on. So it's like, it's weird, but I understand it. Like a lot more people can have their own shoe lines and stuff like that. But I think baseball and basketball obviously are the concentration of it,
right?
Of the money there, but. Yeah, I think that basketball is definitely a big spot to go. I obviously go into basketball quite a bit. I bought those Zions off you.
Yep.
So it's like I get to diversify it into basketball and baseball as well. But yeah, that basketball is huge. Like these prices on basketball stuff is crazy. Mosaics coming out.
Oh yeah.
It's a grand for a box.
Yeah. And here's the thing too. So. Here's one of my opinions on basketball, and this is why basketball is also, it can be an easier sport to play in DFS as well than like baseball, because it's so predictable, right? Besides somebody getting injured, unless you're like a what's his face Malone from the Nuggets, unless you're that coach or you're on that team, you have no idea like how many minutes or who's gonna play, right? Like he's so unpredictable. But
Malone and the guy from the Knicks.
Yes, those two coaches,
guys.
Right? But any other team in the NBA, you know that unless a guy is hurt or something happens or he gets fouled out, and you can't predict or play that unless it's a guy that's constantly fouling out, then you probably just don't play him unless you really want to play high risk. But you kind of have an idea. It's predictable. Basketball, the game of basketball and watching it and players is very predictable. You don't know who is going to go and hit a home run. You know, tonight there's baseball game. You know, there really isn't. But tonight the Brewers are playing, right? You don't really know who's going to hit a home run. As much as you might think Yelich is at Miller Park, playing at Miller Park. They say his only place he can do it, and you even proved that he hit 18 home runs away last year, which is about almost split down the middle. But you would think that Yelich is going to be the guy that's going to for sure come out of that game with a home run, and you got the fucking 8th or 9th, guy in the batting order that's the one that hits a home run that game. The variance is so all over the place. It's so, I mean, there's no, the EV is just insane. Where basketball, you're gonna say, okay, Morant's gonna get 28 minutes, whatever, or Trey Young's gonna get 30 plus minutes, and he's gonna probably have his usage is this percentage, so he's gonna probably be able to get around this. It's just so much easier to predict, and I think that's also when you relate that to cards in the hobby. For basketball purposes, it's a little easier because you don't, like we talked about, it's very hard to prospect in basketball, right? The only way you're going to prospect in basketball is by keeping your eye on players while they're playing college ball, but they don't really have cards that come out prospect-wise besides like the draft picks or whatever, which is really when they're already drafted, right? Or about the time they're drafted. So it's really still hard to prospect NBA players that way. You can keep an eye on him and you can see, okay, well, this is a guy that I think is going to be sneaky. He's going to come in. He's going to be overlooked. He's going to be drafted later, or he is drafted later, but I think this guy is going to get an opportunity because of the team he's on, who they have, whatever. And again, that goes back to what you were talking about with the prospecting thing in baseball, right? Looking at the lineups seeing who is in what positions, and if a guy is going to be able to, if he's like on the radar to come up soon, if he's going to be able to fill in now because they don't have a player for that position, or they're looking to move that prospect to that position, and that's going to open up his opportunity.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part is you can't prospect basketball because
Right.
when they come out with that first product that would be Bowman for baseball
Yes.
on this side, the product for that is college draft picks.
Right.
So when college draft picks comes out, hell yeah, that stuff is hot. That is hot stuff. But you need to look at it like 2 weeks after it goes straight down because the first NBA product comes out and they're wearing NBA jerseys.
Right.
And as a baseball guy, if I see Panini stuff with no jersey stuff on it, and if I see it like as college draft picks, I won't touch it because I want to see them in my uniform. I want to see them repping the Brewers, right? I want to see them rep the Brewers. I don't want to see him like I don't want to see Keston in his UC Irvine jersey. I want to see him in that Brewer with that glove logo sitting on his chest. That's what I want to see.
Right.
I don't want to see his UC Irvine, and that's what sucks about basketball is because right away, basketball is straight up. It's so expensive just to even take.
Oh yeah.
Just to take a chance on something.
Yeah, it is.
It's so hard. It's so hard.
So we got a couple. I'm trying to keep up with chat as well. Sorry guys if I missed some things, but I'm trying to keep on him as well. I hate Yelich because I'm a Cubs fan. Brady says, "Thanks, Mike."
That's how I feel about Javi Baez.
Shout out Mike. Shout out Mikey Sevens. He says Trae Young and Luka, buy them now. That's true. Yes, very true. Again, as much as I say, make sure you guys are trying to get a LeBron rookie before you can't buy them anymore, and they're not even anywhere near affordable. Sterling said, or Sterling Wilson asks Scoves how much college baseball he watches.
Ooh, well, these past 2 years, I've watched a ton because I've had buddies in SEC. I've had buddies in the Pac-12. I've had 2 of my buddies still play for Oregon State. So it's like when I have guys like that are already playing there, I check them out all the time. I watch a ton of college baseball.
Yeah.
But like when I don't have guys that are playing there, I watch a lot of SEC stuff because a lot of the SEC guys are the ones that you'll see.
Right.
But also have in the Big Ten, I have a lot of dudes that I know. So I kind of want to watch baseball there, and it just makes me just hate Wisconsin even more for just not having baseball. So it's tough.
All right, so guys, we're at 18 likes. We get to 25 likes, we'll do our first rack pack giveaway. Def and Scoves need to be a weekly thing, man. We can maybe start making that happen Wednesday nights or something if he's available or something. We can work something out.
We should definitely do it. It like I said, every time I come in here, it feels like 10 minutes is like.
Oh, I know.
Just flies through here.
I know. We could go like for like 3 hours a session.
I know.
Shout out to our man Damian Farvilli. I'm gonna give him a little shout out. He had a guy come in here that he knows. Eric was his name. He didn't have an avatar, and he had mentioned his name or something. And I told him, well, tell him to come in and be active and interact and chat. Shout out to him. He says, does anybody want a Zion NBA hoops? I have 4. So if anybody's looking for a Zion, he's a younger kid in the hobby, guys. He's trying to grow his channel as well and get some people. I told him to hang out and whatnot and interact with people. So if you guys show him a little love, that would be awesome. Hopefully he should show you some love back.
If he's selling a Zion hoops, shoot me a DM. If you're on Instagram or on YouTube, send me a DM. I'll definitely buy one from you.
Scoves, drop a comment in the chat so that he knows how to contact you. So if you get a hold of my man Scoves here, who's on the stream with me tonight, he would actually be interested in one. If you are looking to move one, he'd buy one from you. Shout out to Dame Fan. Hope you're doing well. Hope all's good. I appreciate you commenting. I always love when new people come in and they actually say stuff and want to interact and be a part of it. So I appreciate that. So shout out to Dame Fan. Thank you. I'll look into you as well and see what you got if you do any content. Thoughts on reports that if they think a lot of baseball players will sit out this year.
Yeah, I mean, if they do end up going through with it, it'd be interesting because if they do have guys that sit out, you better start prospecting now, right? Because you know prospects aren't going to sit out. Prospects are going to go right for it
Right.
to play.
Right.
So, I don't think they will sit out. I don't see that happening. I know like their players association want them to, but I mean, if you play baseball and you're going through 162 games a year, you love it. You have to love the game enough to play that much
Right.
and just grind that hard. And if you're going for only half a season, it's probably like nothing to them. You know, like they're used to double that amount of games. I don't see them sitting out, but that means you need to start prospecting. Get some
Right. Yeah.
prospects picking. This
Luciano.
is a monster. Yeah, I told you I was getting this one. I looked at this card for probably about 3 hours. I ran out to my mailbox, full sprint. I knew that it was a signing package,
Yeah.
so I had my one hand down, one up, ready to sprint, and I took that mail lady probably thought I was going to tackle me.
Bro, too bad it wasn't wintertime. You see that old tweet video where the guy's going out to the mail and he's like got that sloped it's all ice and he's got a sloped driveway and he goes and he like falls and slides down and then he gets the mailbox and he's like sliding. It's so freaking hilarious. It just made me think of that when you're like, I'm running to the mailbox.
Oh,
Um
that mail lady probably thought I was about to spear her from like WWE, the Edge.
right.
Edge is the guy who had the spear who just takes him right out.
Mikey, our boy Mikey7 says, Scove, have you looked up Bayron Laura yet? Rangers farmhand. Dude is a monster. I know that BITG's big on this kid, too.
Yeah, no, I looked him up after our thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if does he have a Bowman? I don't even know because I don't know which year his Bowman
Well,
would
I
be.
know that he's got a card in the first edition. We've seen
Yeah, see,
that.
I'm not buying that. I'm not buying the Bowman at first edition.
What's your
I
what's
think
your thoughts on that?
I think that the prices are just ridiculous. Like even regular Bowman, like yeah, I understand Jason Dominguez is going to be a stud.
Right.
Okay, but this dude's 17. You know how much goes between 17 and he didn't even get an at bat in professional baseball yet.
I
He
know,
hasn't
dude.
been in the minors yet.
It's like
And
Wander,
it's dropping
man.
20 grand.
It's
Like
like
he's dropping 20
Wander.
grand on this dude.
It's like Wander, dude. And he's even
But
younger.
Wander, you got to see him. You got to see Wander progress in 1 year, go through 3 systems.
Right.
Jason Dominguez swings hard, but he also will probably strike out once he starts seeing major league pitching.
Right.
You see Wander, he rakes in his first level, rakes in his second level, rakes in his third level, and still doesn't strike out.
Right.
That's the big thing. And Dominguez isn't in that shortstop position.
Right.
That's what makes Wander so crazy. He's a switch hitting shortstop who hits bombs and doesn't strike out.
Right.
It just doesn't come around much.
No, I agree. And you know what? You know what's even crazier is like they don't have. There's like no chrome to it, right? It's all paper cards.
Yeah.
Like they have the foil, the numbered foil cards. I was talking about this in BITG streams. Like the first night it came out, I was going, man, this seems just crazy for all paper cards. I'm like, no, thank you. I mean, I get into the breaks just because I support BITG, and sure, if you can hit one, cool for in a spot. But yeah, personally, I would never personally get a box. Now, it might be a smart thing to do. I know my boy Tom T got a box, and he hangs on to stuff, and he's good at not gorilla ripping, and he's held on to
I couldn't
boxes.
do that.
He has boxes from like 1985 that are still untouched, unopened. So he can do that, and that's the type I would do that type of stuff and hang on to it to sell it down the road if I could do that. But I personally can't do anything like that. So.
Yeah. That might be the only reason I could never open up a store is because if I opened up a store, I'd rip every single junk wax possible. Like I couldn't just hold it.
Right.
Like at least with breaks, if I start doing breaks, I can at least open them. Like I still get the hype of opening them. But if I'm doing it the other way, I can't. I just can't just sit there and be like, oh my god, that could be a Hank Aaron rookie card in there. That could be a Luciano Superfractor. You know, like
Right.
I couldn't do it. I can't just sit there.
Right. And yeah, Mikey7 says Flaminguez hasn't proved nothing yet. Wander at least doesn't strike out. That's true. Brady, I get that. They're talking about playing the season, not playing the season. So we got Mikey7 saying Wander greater than Robert, greater than Adele.
Yeah, well, that one's weird because it depends on what you're looking for. Because, like, the Rays are gonna take a little while. They're gonna take a little bit to get up there because a lot of their dudes are super, super young.
Right.
Robert's gonna come into a White Sox team that, if the White Sox decide they want to bring up some dudes and compete, they could
Yeah.
be it in next year. Not this upcoming year, but next year. You get a year under Madrigal's belt. You still have Moncada. You still have Tim Anderson, who led the AL in hitting. You still have Jose Abreu. You got Yasmani from us. Like that is just
Right.
an unbelievable lineup. And you bring back Kopech,
Yeah.
and like that's like a year, maybe two away from being. They're going to win the Central. They're going to take the old Indians right out because there's no one. And maybe the Twins decide they need to buy into some pitching. Like they need to
Right.
buy some pitching
Yeah.
to compete with that because the Twins this year, or this past year when they hit all those home runs, you could easily see that from the White Sox this next year because they're going to have Eloy who drops bombs. You're going to have Robert who drops bombs. Abreu drops bombs. Grandal led catchers and home runs. Like that's a crazy lineup.
Right.
And I'm even talking about Tim Anderson who led the AL in hitting.
Right. I know, and it was never talked about. That's what was
Oh my
crazy.
God, that's a
Yeah,
good team.
so underrated. Like the guy's putting up better numbers than a lot of players, and he gets absolutely zero love, which is
I
insane.
know. It's crazy.
So I agree, Truth. I agree with Truth's comment. He says Wander's gonna kill it. Don't sleep on him. I don't think it's not sleeping on him. I think it's just for
Yeah.
some people, it's if they can afford him. And again, like we
Yeah.
talked about in our PC versus prospecting stream, like you want to buy low and sell high if you're going to do it on an investment point, right? He's already high. It's like this Dominguez kid. It's like, okay, so what kind of numbers does Dominguez, whenever he does reach the big leagues, what kind of numbers does he have to obtain to even keep level or even go up more in value, right? Like that's the big question because he's already so high. The price is already so high.
The thing is about prospecting though, is especially if you buy in early. Like if you're buying in, like Acuna had the hype early,
Yeah.
Dominguez has the hype early. Obviously Wander does too.
Two more
When you
likes.
buy Wanders right away, right? They're probably like 400, $500
Yeah.
for his PSA 10.
Right.
The thing about prospecting is you have probably like three chances if
What's
you
up,
buy him
John
early
Smith,
to sell him.
boss? Yeah.
Yeah, you can sell him at Double A. He gets promoted. His name's everywhere, right? Because he's a big prospect and he's promoted. Triple A, you have that chance to sell there. Once he makes the league, I brought this up in your first one.
Yeah.
Is you could be like Trevor Story. You could just be like Trevor Story and just sell him right after the first week.
Oh yeah. Right.
And if you do that, you don't have to worry about down the road holding on to his prices. Because if he doesn't become Trout or he doesn't become that huge name, you still made big time profits right when he made it in.
Right.
So you already are out of the game and you made your money. So
Right.
it's weird. It's weird like that.
Let's see. Let's see a couple other comments here. What do you think about Marcio Dubon?
Ooh, I love Marcio Dubon. I really, really, really wish he was back with us. I ended up buying. He was one of my sleepers for the Brewers because I loved him because he was raking before he tore his ACL with the Brewers. I ended up buying two blues PSA 10 and a purple PSA 10. I bought him for about $40 once he went down.
Yeah.
And then I bought the other one for 35 and ended up selling, I think, both of the blues for like 4 or 5 times the profit once he got traded to San Francisco. So I ended up making a pretty good flip on Dubon. I love him as a prospect. I think the only thing that's going to worry me about Dubon is he's now with the Giants, who now have this dude. They got this guy playing the same position.
Okay.
So do you move Dubon to second base because he has a good enough arm to play shortstop? You could move him to third base.
Right.
I mean, it's tough because the Giants they have such young talent. But Dubon is very good. I love his pop for how skinny he is. But I'm guessing he has to move to second base or third base because when you have a guy like Luciano who's like generational type power for a shortstop, you don't see that very often. So they're going to give him every single possible chance.
Johnny W, what's up? I want to say John Smith, boss. Hope you're doing well. Hello. Hope all is good. All right, so we hit 25 likes. So before we continue on any kind of talk, let's give the people what part of what they came for. Probably a giveaway, right? So we got a 90 score rack pack. I'll mail you one or two of these scopes just for or whatever. You don't even have to. You can just help me in the numbers and picking numbers and stuff. So here's what we're gonna do. We got to 25 likes. You don't have a pen and paper or anything, or actually just grab a card. Don't show them the card. Grab a card you have on you.
Okay.
Anything, one of the graded ones, whatever you want to grab. Okay, and then give us a number range that they have to pick from. So say 1 through whatever, or whatever through whatever. There's like 28 people in here, roughly 30 people. So
okay, so I'll just go off of the serial number of this the Tatis I pulled yesterday. So it's 1 through 99.
Okay, so pick a number 1 through 99, closest, and it doesn't matter if it's closest over the number, just the closest to the number. So 1 through 99, guys, pick a number.
Jeff Airtime hyping up the Brewers. I like to hear that. They have produced some talent.
While they're picking a number, I want to do this. I was hoping BITG would pop in here, but he's probably just getting ready or hanging low before he streams tonight. But I had brought up the Mariners talk about 2-3 years maybe being contenders, and he said, I'd say maybe more like 4 or 5. What do you think?
Well, the thing is when they start bringing up the young pitchers, that's when you're going to start seeing the stuff come. That's the stuff that's going to happen. The AL West is, I believe, where they're at, right? They're going to have to play in the Astros.
Yeah.
Astros are going to dismantle here pretty quick. They can't afford everything. So within that 2 or 3 years, the Astros are going to dismantle. They can't keep Springer. They can't keep Bregman. They can't keep Altuve. They can't keep Correa. Or like all these dudes and Berlin.
What's up, Eric?
They can't keep everybody. So his point.
What's up, Cook?
4 years, they're going to make some
Joe.
moves.
What up, Joe?
Yeah, the moves.
China, did you comment on something else I missed? Or
Logan Gilbert is a beast, Sterling. Good call.
Hope you're doing good, Joe. We got Ethan in the house. We got my boy Todd waiting later to come on here. But it's time flies, man, when we're doing this, having fun.
I think somebody got it already on the number. I see it on the chat.
Okay, well I'm gonna close this in a second. Hang on until you see closed in the chat. Yes, I'm gonna give you a Mason. I'm gonna give you a minute here, quick, before I put close. Pick a number between 1 and 99. 1 and 99. Pick a number between 1 and 99. Quick, guys, quick. Eric, hope you're doing well. E. Martinez, good to see ya.
Ooh, are they? I think Jeff or somebody said something to Jeff here. Mike, I think, said something about Tristan Lutz. Tristan Lutz, if you want a flyer, man, take Tristan Lutz. I bought
Martinez. We got to pick once, brother. I got you with 2 numbers. So which number are you gonna go with? I got you with 22. I got you with 44. I got you with 33. You can only pick one time, one number, one time. So please eliminate 2 of your other numbers, so you can still be eligible. You pick one time. Everybody, it's one number, one time per time we do this. One guess, guys. One guess, or you're not going to be eligible. So I'm giving you the opportunity, Mr. E. Martinez, So you're going with 44? Hang on a second. So you deleted that one, Okay. Trigger deleted the other ones. All right, so he's going with 44. So there's one more we need to delete, 33. I'll take that one out. All right, so he's going with 44. All right, he's going with 44. All right, I'm gonna say close. Appreciate it, Truth. We're giving away a rack pack right now of 90 score. I got a bunch of stuff to give away tonight. All right, so Scoves, what was the number?
It was number 29 of 99. So 29 would be your winner.
29. So who had 29? Was there more than one? I got
saw
Johnny
one.
W.
Yep, that's who it was.
Johnny W. I tell you what, Damien had 28 as well. Johnny W got it. But Damien, our new guy, our new part of the community, got one as well. So I am going to go ahead and give you guys both one. I got plenty of stuff to give away. So Johnny W, guys, make sure if I don't have your shipping information, somebody drop my email, please, in the chat. Please email me with your shipping information. All right, Johnny W, and I'm going to give Damien one as well. We're going to have plenty more to give away. Don't worry about it, guys. There's more to come. I have plenty of goodies. This is all courtesy of my man, No Dacker Life. So, it's all good, guys. So, Damien. Yeah, I know. It was 29, and you had 28. So, technically, the one that got it right on the nut would have got it. But I'm going to give you one as well just because I'm that type of guy. Because that's just how I roll. So, you also got one. So, that's just what I do. That's how I do it. That's why you roll with the deafness. All right. So, what's next? You got anything else you want to touch on? Anybody have any other questions?
I got a few. I'm reading through the comments here. I think I was talking about Lutz before. He's like a big outfielder for the Brewers. Great guy to go in on because the dude just drops bombs. Definitely a really cheap price point right now. I have like 3 of his PSA 10s ready for.
You talking about Luzardo?
No, Tristan Lutz.
Okay.
I think Jeff Airtime brought up Lutz because he is huge. He's going to hit a lot of home runs in the big leagues.
So here's and this is something I want to talk about whenever we get you off. Jim F, and I want to kind of touch on this. I want to spend a few minutes about. So he says, "What's the opinion on Luzardo, the rookie pitcher for the A's? I'm partial being an A's fan, but wondering what others think. So what's your opinion on him personally?"
Yeah, Luzardo is good. Like I really like Luzardo. I'm just curious because he throws so hard, and if you ever, I watched Luzardo quite a bit when he was coming up.
Yeah.
He throws so hard, and his delivery is like super smooth, but he finishes so violently. I'm curious what they're gonna do if they're gonna maybe use him as a closer. Because I believe they have Trenny in right now, but I believe his contract's coming up here quick.
Yeah.
So maybe they use him as a closer, but he has such good stuff that he could still be a starter. But when he did throw last year, he only went like 4 or 5 innings. Because he's so violent with that mechanics, so it's really hard to maintain that as a starter. Like Hader was a starter before he became a closer for us, Brewers, and he was usually like 93 to 94, had a hammer. He was good, and he threw six or 7 innings. But now when he's a closer, you can bring him in, and they could maybe have Luzardo be the same thing. Like Luzardo could be that hammer lefty with his slider is fantastic. He could easily be like a Hader where you use him from maybe the 7th, 8th, 9th because he can stretch himself out. Yes, he might have to sit out a couple games, but as you can see, Hader has done such a great job with what the Brewers had in mind with him. If the A's, I think Melvin's still their manager. Melvin has a relation with the Brewers. I think his brother's he was an owner or part owner with us. You could definitely see him maybe going that same route, Luzardo.
Right.
But it's a great pitcher. They have a lot of options with him because he is that filthy. I just don't know if he has the stamina to keep going.
So we touched on this a little bit, I think, in PC versus prospecting on that stream. But the whole pitcher thing in general, right? Because I always get caught up in the chats with like BITG and with all my buddies in BITG and saying, it's always pitchers, right? It's pitchers, like 4 out of 5 times it's pitcher autos. It's always because there's so many pitchers, and I get it, but I always come up with the puke emojis, pitchers, because they just don't hold the value, right? Like Nolan Ryan, I'm not saying every single pitcher, right? I know Nolan Ryan, Gibson, but what's your take? I mean, can there be pitchers of today's game, today's days, where they actually hold actual value?
Yeah, so it's tough. It is tough. Obviously, you're going to have your Casey Mizes. You're going to have your Mackenzie Gores. I know Forrest Whitley is the #1 prospect for the Astros. So that's another option for you. So they're all guys that are huge. They've had big names for a while, but their price cards haven't really gone to where they are ranked on the pipeline. Because if a pitcher, if that pitcher spot gets filled in with like Dominguez, because I know Mackenzie Gore's 2. What if Dominguez goes to 2? Dominguez cards are way, way, way higher, you know?
Right.
But there's like Brendan McKay. That's an interesting one. Otani is an interesting one because they hit too.
Right.
I'm thinking that you're going to see that quite a bit more two-weighing because a lot of guys can just do a closing thing there too. So you have like Whitley's, you have McKay's. I know the Astros have been hoarding Kyle Wright too.
Yeah.
So a very nice pitcher, but like the A's have Puck and Luzardo.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just weird because pitchers only throw every 5 days. You never want relievers because you never know when they're going to throw and they don't have enough time in the spotlight.
Right.
So it's just, for an investing side, it's hard. But like, I have my Hater jersey signed. I have a ton of Hater autos. I met him in Kansas. I met him in Omaha for the first time, and like, I'll always buy his stuff.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to be going into trying to invest, it's tough. Like I can't tell any of you guys to buy pitcher autos, and just because I don't know if you'll make the money, because it's going to be really hard to do that.
Right. I guess. All right. The next number is going to be 35 likes for the next round. Next round. I got a whole box of these things. All right. So I want to touch on a couple things before move on here. What's going on? Thanks. That's cool. Would you still recommend investing in Aquino, or do you see his price continuing to drop? Question mark from our guy Johnny.
Yeah. So what I see from Aquino is kind of what happened with Thames, right? So Thames came into the league, absolutely raked, and then kind of struggled second half of the year. Same thing happened with Aquino, where people were starting to figure out that he has a huge hole in his swing because he swings so hard and his arms are so long. So like there's a lot of holes in his swing. So he's old to come up.
Right.
He's a great prospect, don't get me wrong, but I don't see him flying up, and I don't like the look of that year's cards personally.
Yeah.
That year's Bowman just didn't really stand out to me. It wasn't as clean as the other ones, but I just it's hard for me to say Aquino is a great investment unless he starts hitting like he did from the first half, which would take a massive adjustment, because I don't know his exact price point or his exact numbers from the second half, but he did take a big dip after pitchers started figuring it out. These guys have so much information about these hitters that they have to make adjustments all the time.
And I do have something to say for everybody out there. What's up, Pittsburgh? I do have something to say. Don't be a hater unless you're Josh, right? All right. How about Nico Horner? What's your thoughts on the kid in Chicago, man? I talked about him. I talked about him last year. I was talking about him a little bit last year before he had a hot spring training where they are almost going to pull him. I think they were going to almost pull him up. Was the talk? They're almost going to keep him on the roster. So.
Yeah. So Horner is an interesting one because he's been the Cubs' top prospect for a little while now.
Right.
But his primary position is, I think they wanted to use him as shortstop, but you have Baez, so that's such a tough spot, and we don't have DHs, which with this lockdown or this next year, you have no idea with if you're going to have DHs for the NL.
Right.
The thing is with Nico, you need to see a little bit more pop from him to get that price point up where you need it to be.
Right.
The thing is about these young guys is you need to have like something that you are extremely good at. Like Baez, his stuff goes up because he is flashy. He is a very good hitter. He's flashy with the leather, and he hits home runs. Like Bryant, he's in a great market, and he hits home runs. That's why his cards go up, and that's why like it sucks. But the saying "chicks dig the long ball," well, card collectors dig the long ball too, because that's where we get the money.
Right. I love it. All right. Well, hey, brother, we've been almost on for an hour. I'm gonna bring in the next person. I think what we're gonna just start to do is we're gonna try to do a weekly thing, like people are suggesting, me and you, and where we have time, we can go 2-3 hours if we need to be, and just kind of touch over and talk about whatever, go whichever direction we want to. I think we'll talk about that off air.
Yeah,
but
sure.
people really like the jive, people really like it, so I think we can probably give the people what they want. I'm always about trying to please and make people happy, so. We'll see what we can do. But yeah, man, as always, guys, this is Sco's Big Hits. He was in the chat. He'll drop something in the chat again. Make sure if you aren't following him or subscribed to him that you go out and do that. He's a great guy. He's got a lot of knowledge. Huge sports fan. Played minor league baseball. I mean, dude's done it all. He does it all. He's a great guy in the hobby community as well. So please keep following him. You will see more and more of him. Like I said, we're going to probably do a show or something once a week, me and him, and talk about all this stuff. So, again, show him some love. And, yeah, I'm gonna let you move on for the night, but we will obviously be talking soon, brother.
Sounds good. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you for all the questions, guys. I appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks, man.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
Later. Todd, what up? What up, Todd? Can you hear me, bro? Can you hear me? Todd? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You gotta turn the volume on. Can you hear me? Todd, can you hear me? Todd, can you hear me? Can you hear me, bro? I can't hear you yet. I can see your lips moving, but I can't hear you. There, you gotta do something to turn your audio on. I can see your lips moving, but we can't hear you. I can see you, but I can't hear you. There's a little thing you have to, I think it's in the upper right. There we go. What's good, buddy?
What's happening, man?
Guys, this is Todd Billings, if you guys don't know. Carry Collector, also on Twitter. How's your night going, brother?
Man, it's going. I'm hopping on here with you for a little bit. I got a little surprise break, and I'm going to knock out for a while before I go to work.
All right, well, cool. So you said you got a little, so, I mean, I guess let's just get into it. What's been popping? What's been happening? Have you been having a good week?
Yeah, everything's been going good. My wife and I are blessed to be in an industry where we're working still, haven't been affected, so it's, obviously a plus. And things have been going well. I mean, my son's getting ready to move into his new house soon and things like that, but everything's on the up and up.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, we did hit 35 likes. So here's what we're going to do first. Because I told them when we got to 35, we'd give away a couple more rack packs. So you're going to be involved in this, all right? So
right.
Do you have a card? Don't show the camera right now, but do you have just any cards sitting around you somewhere you can grab? And don't show them what it is.
No. I'm not going to show them.
Okay.
Let's see what I got here.
Look at the back of the card. And, look at what the number is, and then give us a range of numbers that they need to pick from.
All right, it's going to be 1 through 50.
Guys, pick a number 1 through 50. 1 through 50. I'll let you know when you can let us know what it is and you can show us.
All right.
1 through 50, guys. 1 through 50. We're doing another giveaway. We hit 30. We're 36, so let's go, guys. What's up, Green Bay, the pack opener? How you doing? Welcome. Yep, we're doing the giveaway right now, guys. 1 through 50. Pick a number. There's a little delay, so we're playing with this delay.
That's all good.
All right, here they come. They're starting to come through now. Pick a number 1 through 50, guys. You got to go to work tonight?
Yeah, I'm not off again until Sunday.
Huh?
I'm not off again until Sunday.
Oh, man. I feel you. But you've been off for a couple days, huh? Or no?
No, I was just off last night, working 6 days a week, maybe 45, 50 hours. It all depends.
Wow.
Grocery business is always busy, so.
Yeah, well, yeah, especially right now, man, with everything. Crazy. All right. I'm going to give you guys about another 30 seconds or so to get your guesses in. And then I'm going to drop the close, and we're going to get those guesses in, guys, if you want to be in this.
Let me know once you close
Yep,
it up.
I'll
so
tell
then
you. Yep, I'll tell you. Let's see.
How's the weather up by you?
Dude, it's beautiful right now. It's like 75 degrees, sunny. How's it there?
It rained for most of the day. It was kind of like living in Seattle for a few hours.
So that's how it was here yesterday. It was gloomy.
Okay.
It was icky. It was drizzle. In fact, I went on a walk in the afternoon or like late afternoon with Zoe while I was working, taking calls. And we walked through a little bit of like light drizzle, but it wasn't that bad.
That reminds me, I gotta walk my dogs before I go to bed.
Ethan, hurry up, man. Delete your other number if you pick the same one and put another one in. You got to make it quick. Quick.
Shame on you, Ethan.
If you guys have the same number and it is the number, we just go to the wheel. We go to last man standing on the wheel. So, but you can pick another one. Jeff, quickly pick a number 1 through 50. Quickly. I'm about to close this out. Yes, you can. Yeah. You can roll with the same number if you'd like. With this delay, it's so tricky to figure out if they've already heard me or not, or if I'm all right. I don't know if they're what's going on here. All right, guys. I'm going to say it is now officially closed. All right. What's our number? Show us, bro.
34.
34. Number 034. Do we have a 34? We have a couple 37s. We have a 31. We have a 32. Another 37.
Of course, I had to get it off of my boy.
Mikey Sevens. Mikey Sevens is going to get that one. So Mikey Sevens, it was 34, you had 32. We had Carter that had 37, Ethan at 37, and Jim F at 37. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's see. 31, 32, 34 is 3. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We got one. I'm going to give... So, obviously, Mikey Sevens gets one. Just how I roll. Sevens gets one. All right. I'm going to say... let's see who else here. I'm going to give one to Super... Jim F, Ethan, and William. You guys are all getting...
Sounds like you got a case of Rack Packs over there.
I do, bro. I do. I do. All right.
I know. I just landed a couple of just to put them off once that ESPN thing comes out. I got a couple waxes of 87 tops I found.
Oh, nice. Carter getting another. Man, William Carter's been killing it and getting lucky and doing the right picks. And the other night, last night, he won one. He won a rack. Just been killing it on this. All right, so who did I miss? There's one per. Oh, Ethan. Ethan, I got it. All right. So let's move on right now, though. We'll give the other one away here shortly, since I gave a bunch. So you got something you want to show us?
Yeah. Panini was gracious enough to send my boy a FedEx pack, a FedEx box today, and it had 2 boxes in it. And this doesn't come out until tomorrow.
Look at that, guys! Chronicles football.
I wanna rip this one that my son let me have. I wanna rip it with you and see what I get.
All right, he's gonna rip the new Chronicles live. This stuff comes out tomorrow. I'm planning on getting a box or 2 to rip in tomorrow's stream. But this comes out tomorrow because I can finally go to my LCS. So
yeah, I need to get hooked up with some booklet one touches.
Are you guys still in the chat or did we lose chat?
Did we lose it?
I don't know. Keep going, man. I show we're still strong. We're good. We lost a boat ton of people though for some reason.
Wow, that's weird. Let's see what we got going on here. I guess
It's like it just dropped.
It's what does it say? 2 autos and 1 mem per box. So let's see what we got here.
We show her live.
Well, these cards, some of these cards are pretty nice.
Oh, that's cool. That's beautiful.
Oh, right off the bat, you'll first pack.
Oh, who's that? Noah Fant. Shout out to
Yep.
RSR. That's beautiful looking.
That is, let's see, that's 9 of 25. These are good looking cards. Got a Benny Snell die cut that's gonna go to my boy Gary.
There you go. Gary G. Talking about Gary G.
Gary B.
Or yeah. Not G. Yeah, B. Yeah. Bargartner or whatever. I know.
Yep.
That's who I was talking about. I got the letter wrong. I was like,
Yeah, these cards are they did a good job. They did a good job with this, for sure. There's another different Benny Snell. Yeah, some of these inserts they got in here are pretty nice. And this is like a Benny Snell hot pack or something. This one here is, it's not numbered, but yeah, these are nice cards. They did a good job with this.
yeah, those things are crazy.
Your boy DJ.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's see what else we got going on here. I'm interested to see what these memorabilia cards look like.
Dude, I don't know what's going on, man. It's like we're not. What the hell's going on here? This video.
Here's a good one. Say this is the second pair. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, third pack I opened. Easton Stick.
Dude, that's sweet.
Man, they loaded. I tell you, Panini must have loaded up on Benny Snell in this. Yeah, some of these cards are pretty slick. Here's a hometown boy Montgomery.
Let's go.
All right, let's see what we got here. Not bad on the 2 autos. Little Garner action.
Ooh, that is sharp right there, buddy.
60 of 99.
That is clean.
Yeah, that's some of these might have to get sent in.
That is a clean look. That's a sharp looking card.
Even for an unnumbered, this is a nice Drew Lock.
Yeah. Yeah.
They did good with this. Chronicles looks good. Oh, this must be I just felt the fast pack. I'll open up that one last. Let's see what else we got here. I got 2 more to go. Then I'm gonna walk the dogs and knock out for a little bit.
No, you're good. I don't know what's going on, dude.
This one kind of reminds me of 90 Score. You remember that design with the Barry Sanders rookie?
Yeah, that's sick.
All right, this last pack's got to be the mem card, so we'll see what's going on here.
Dude, what's going on?
You losing people?
Yeah, I don't know what. It's like YouTube just glitched out or something.
Wow, that's crazy.
And like if I go to my channel, there's like no videos there. Like I'm trying to, and it's like nobody's.
All right, here's the mem card. It's single color, but 50 of 99.
Wow, Kyler Murray, wowzer, boom.
Yeah, and then there's a red parallel of Matt Ryan in the same pack. They did a good job with this design. I like the different designs within the product.
Yeah, it's slick.
This one, you know who this one will have to go to.
Oh yeah, Jimmy.
Jimmy will be getting that one.
Mr. Guns.
But yeah, things have been going good. I was surprised when he opened that FedEx thing. I was like, damn. Because I knew it was coming out, but I didn't know. You know what I mean? So.
Right.
But it is what it is.
Dude, I don't know.
What else has been happening over by you guys? Nothing really.
Nothing besides. This is really weird, man. It's almost like my account is just gone.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Maybe my ugly mug broke your YouTube channel, bro.
No. No.
But all right, man. I don't mean to cut this short, but
No,
I gotta knock off for a little bit.
I gotta figure this out too. Anyway, so I think we lost everybody. I don't think anyone's here. I think it just everything disappeared. So, all right, brother.
Crazy.
All right, brother.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
Take care, man. Thanks for popping on. All right, man.
Yep.